Do you know the feeling of lying in bed at night and you are exhausted, but your brain and body just will not shut off? Your heart is racing, your mind is so unbelievably active, and you feel so wired despite feeling unbelievably tired. And here's what most people get wrong. You do not have a problem with relaxing, and you do not have a problem with sleep. What's actually happening is your central nervous system is stuck in a state of false alarm. And today I'm going to be showing you exactly why this happens and the one skill that actually retrains the threat system. And that's because you can't logically have a conversation with your nervous system. You can't talk yourself out of the situation. You need to retrain it and reteach it that it is in fact safe to relax. And the problem is that you have tiny stressors that add up all day. Imagine this is maybe how it can happen. You're waking up first thing in the morning and you're checking your phone. Automatically, you see an email from your boss, and without even logically thinking about it, your body tenses, your heart starts to beat a little bit faster. And again, you may not even realize that this is happening. Then you get to the office and your colleague may say something that feels maybe like it is a cause for concern. So your brain automatically thinks, wait, is that bad or am I in trouble? And again, your body tenses. And then maybe somebody gives you a bit of a weird look, and automatically your brain again wonders, wait, do they maybe not like me? And the thing is, all of these things individually may not be that scary, but it is the fact that you are accumulating small little scary things all day long. And truly, these little moments actually add up. Our amygdala is a small little component of our brain and is the alarm brain in our central nervous system, meaning that it is constantly trying to scan our environment for potential threats. Our body is incredibly intelligent and our main focus as human beings is always safety. And the thing is, without even noticing it, your amygdala is doing its job without actually you getting involved, meaning that it is scanning your environment and it is potentially identifying small little stressors, and it is constantly going ding, 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 ding. I need to warn our body that there is a potential threat. I'm going to deploy stress hormones into our body, cortisol and adrenaline, in order for us to potentially run away, freeze, escape from this potential threat that we are experiencing. And even though the stressor and the message is there, the problem is that we are not listening. Now, what does this have to actually do with sleep? We also have another component in our brain called the prefrontal cortex. And this is the logical side of our brain. This is the part of our brain that processes information and then can logically say, wait a minute, that email isn't actually a threat. However, we are not listening and we're not allowing space for us to listen to those messages either. And that is because our amygdala and our stress response acts way sooner than we allow for us to actually process that information. And that's the problem. You never stop to allow this intelligent part of your brain to actually do its job. You're rushing from place to place. You're basically on the run from the moment that you get up in the morning until you get into bed at night. And then by the time you get home, your body is so exhausted, but also so activated. And that is because you have not allowed it to properly process the activities of your day. And you may physically feel tired, but simultaneously feel wired. And this is because you are, again, and by the time you get home at night, you are simultaneously exhausted from a very long day, but also very much mentally wired. And that is because, again, that alarm bell is still there. And the problem is we have never been taught how to deal with that alarm system to begin with. So our natural impulse is to try and distract ourselves. How do we force ourselves to feel calm? Maybe you watch Netflix, or maybe you meditate, or maybe you even do breath work. But no matter what you do, the alarm bell is still there. You can almost imagine this as a burning house, meaning the house is burning down, the fire alarm is going off, and instead of actually listening to what is going on, you're putting on headphones and you're completely ignoring that alarm system. And the real problem in all of this is that your brain constantly thinks that it is in danger. And then on top of that, you may potentially not be sleeping because of it. And that is one additional thing that your brain is going to identify as something that is wrong for you, something that is a cause for concern. And the thing is, our amygdala is actually supposed to help us. It is supposed to warn us of potential danger. However, at the moment, it is currently sounding the alarm bells for things that are potentially not as harmful as we think they are. This is in fact what we call a perceived threat, meaning our amygdala has determined and has decided that some of the things in our environment, like not sleeping, emails from our boss, rejection from coworkers, are potentially causes for concern that are going to directly affect our safety. And that is what's actually happening. Your brain thinks that it is always in danger. It thinks that it always needs to protect you from these external things that aren't in fact as dangerous as we think they are. The solution here is to slowly reteach our brain and body of what is in fact safe and what is in fact dangerous. And for that, we need to start listening. And if you have been struggling with sleep for quite a while now, I've also linked my 5 Days to Better Sleep email series below. It is packed with all of the information that you need to know in order to truly reclaim your sleep from sleeplessness. So the solution here is to not try and fix this at night when everybody else is trying to fix this. It is actually to try and address it during the day. Because in fact, you do not have a sleep problem, you have a fear problem. And that is not addressed in the middle of the night when you cannot sleep. The fact that your brain is keeping you awake at night is because you have not allowed it to process all of the things that it needs to process during the day. So what you're going to do is interrupt the stressful situation when it happens. Imagine that you get that email first thing in the morning and you automatically feel a little bit stressed. You feel a little bit agitated. Your brain is already starting to go in different directions. I would encourage you to take 5 minutes to simply sit down without your phone, focus on your breathing, focus on the present moment, and allow yourself to truly let that wave of emotion actually flow through you. And the same is also true if you are worried about sleep at night. We need to create space for us to actually purposefully worry about the situation, allow it to be processed by our body in order to identify, wait a minute, this situation isn't in fact a cause for concern like I think it is. And the second thing that you can actually do, which I find unbelievably powerful, I've done this myself to heal my own sleep issues, and I encourage my clients to do this all of the time. It is called scheduled worry time. And that's right. And it means that you are scheduling time in your diary to purposefully worry, meaning that you are allowing yourself 15 minutes of every single day to sit down undistracted with a pen and paper, and you're going to write down everything that you are feeling. If you want a step-by-step process, I have also outlined that below, but I would encourage you to sit down, take a few long, deep breaths, maybe even close the eyes and focus your attention on your breathing. Maybe do that for 1 to 2 minutes, and then open your eyes, take a pen to paper, and purposefully worry about all of the things that you are experiencing. Specifically, if you are worrying about sleep, I do not want you to change whatever thought is happening in your brain. And the thing is, this is so unbelievably powerful because we'll start to realize that the thoughts and the emotions that we are having inside of us aren't actually as bad as we give them credit for. And that's because they feel so much bigger in here than they do on a piece of paper. When the 15 minutes timer runs up, just allow yourself to stop, allow yourself to come back to your body, and maybe even tune in and ask yourself how you feel. This is going to maybe take a few days to truly take effect, but you'll also start to realize that when the little stressors accumulate throughout the day, you will be able to cognitively tell yourself that you have set aside time to actually worry about these things. And trust me, this truly works. And that is because we are learning to speak the language of the body, the language of our central nervous system. And it truly is magic. And there are so many people that have also really attained this skill. Think of surgeons who are maybe performing surgery on very delicate cases. They are highly alert, but they are also insanely calm. And that is because we perform at our best when we are calm, and we can actually train ourselves over the course of time to experience stressors and still be calm in the moment. So if you take away anything from this video, it is that most people are addressing their stress wrong, meaning that they have the accumulation of stress throughout the day, and instead of actually addressing it during the day, they are waiting until nighttime to force themselves to relax. However, this doesn't work and it actually often backfires, meaning that it is making you more awake. It doesn't need to be this way. You can retrain your central nervous system to feel calm at night by actually addressing all of the little stressors that happen throughout the day. If you're getting this, and if this is making sense to you, I would absolutely love if you left me a like and a comment letting me know what are some of the stressors that are appearing for you. It truly helps me get my message out to so many more people and truly help people understand that they never really had a sleep problem to begin with. And if this resonated with you and you'd like to dive a little bit deeper, I would definitely recommend that you check out my video on why you're so afraid of not sleeping. That may also clarify a lot around why our central nervous system has purposefully identified that not sleeping is in fact a threat. Anyway, see you next time.